Ladies and gentlemen, let me get myself situated here. Popped on a couple minutes early. Said I was going to be going live at 9 p.m. Eastern. Had to come on here and get it set up. Doing great, friend. Doing great. Being with everything we have going on in the world, I know a lot of people got to sit still. I'm doing the same. My family and I doing well. Everything going great. Glad to be home and with the family. Hope you all are doing well and everything's great on your end. As of right now, we still on for April 11th because it's a small group and we in a private, room, and we just will be hand sanitizing and clean. And if I'll let you all know if you're scheduled to come to the life coach certification April 11th, which we don't know, it's still 3 weeks out, so hopefully things get better. But if not, if you already have a ticket to go, you'll get an email from me. I'm gonna send just a regular email tomorrow, just kind of updating you all. And some of you have wrote in, so I've been able to get some responses to you. But hopefully things get better. I'm keeping the faith. So yeah, what I want to do is, where I'm at, my sons, they're home for 2 weeks. So we stationary, only stepping out for important things. So I'm gonna be popping on here sometimes in the middle of the day at noon. For those of you who, sitting at the house like myself, and then sometimes at night. Just because with the Blessed Tribe, we got a good group. As you can see, only the Blessed Tribe can comment. I always do that just because on YouTube, they show everybody who's going live. So it can be somebody that's just completely clueless as to who I am and what I'm doing. And they can come on the live, and if it's open for the public, they can start writing all kind of nonsense. So my chats are only available for the Blessed Tribe members. To join the Blessed Tribe, you see the link in the description box under the video. So I'll be popping in just to take some questions from, because different people make different lives. And I made that promise to you when you join the Blessed Tribe that I'll be making time to answer your questions. So that's why you'll see me here. Sometimes it's random. Nikosha, yeah, I hope I'm saying your name right. Forgive me if I'm not. Need more information on the 72-hour rule. Ordered the book, can't wait. Well, you're gonna have to wait because the book coming out. And you see on the back, it says the 72-hour rule. So if you have not pre-ordered A Woman's Influence, pre-order that. And so you're going to have to wait on the book. Because if I tell you everything about the 72-hour rule, ain't no reason to get the book. Or you might need to do a one-on-one session. And thank you to those of you who have gone to mymentor.life and booked a session with me. Due to that, my schedule is booked out through April. I think now people starting to book in May, so all of March is booked up, and here soon I may have to bump my rate up of $25 or something, just to kind of slow down on the influx. Let me see. Yeah, Red Bone Africana 21. You caught her alive in real time. Let me see, Brittany. So I decided to get back with my child's father. He has multiple children with multiple women. Do you think those type of situations can work long term? He has 11 children. My son is number 10. Just based on his track record, just based on his resume alone, it would say no, but God is possible. Anything is possible if somebody wants to change and somebody wants to grow. The thing is you got to pay attention to see if growth is actually happening. So if he's the same man that he's always been, this same willy-nilly, go with the flow, turn into the wind type man, then no, it absolutely has no chance of working. And what you have to realize is soul ties are real. So you got to think about this and understand that that might be why y'all are, you know, coming back together. And so you have to watch his day-to-day actions. Now, if he has been dipped, you know, in the blood of the lamb, and he's changed his life and done a 180, and he just walking different, talking different, looking different, smelling different, dressing different, then maybe change is possible. But like they say, a leopard doesn't change his spots. You got to be very careful about that there. Very careful. And 11, yeah. You got to make sure he don't have that COV at 19 out here. Have you decided when you're going to speak more about financial prosperity topics? Well, I don't talk about financial prosperity topics. I will be speaking on purpose and entrepreneurship with purpose, which can produce some financial prosperity. But for me, my angle is purpose. Fationia, forgive me now. You know I messed your name up last time, but I sure see you and I bless. Thank you. Lord bless her. So on Saturdays is my small business Saturday videos that I'll be uploading. I've been writing down some topics. And once I get through the basic topics, like last week was how to find your purpose, then I'll go in a little deeper on some intrinsic details with some questions that comes in from y'all. How do y'all highlight names? I wonder what that means. Tony question. If we already started off wrong with a man, gave him credit for things that he hadn't even done, living in our own fantasy, can we turn it around to see if he could be the one? Now, I don't fully know what that means, because, you know, that can mean something different to you than it means to me. Now, if you mean if you've gotten on your back and you've been on your back, then all you can do is try to close your legs to see if he's going to get up and move on with his life. Now, if you mean just singing his praises and being nice, maybe cooking him a meal or, you know, paying for a date, then, you know, that's not too big. You can work around that. But what you're going to have to do is stop initiating contact. Stop giving him more than he's giving you. Okay, no, like gave more than he's giving. Yeah, stop giving more than he's giving you. So what you have to do is, you hear people use this term in different industries, but I've always used it in relationships for mirror his actions. And what I mean by that is, if a man claims to be the head, to be the lead and all this other stuff, then he should be leading in love. And then as a woman, what you do is you receive that and you reciprocate. You may be receiving and reciprocating, but you should not be setting the standard and the bar for love, because the way men are, will get complacent. Men will get complacent. Oh, Deborah, I didn't even see you. I almost missed you, Deborah. God bless you. I really appreciate you. Do you and your wife offer in-person premarital session? No, I don't do nothing in person. And now with this right here going around, it's even furthermore reason why I don't do anything in person. But for me, I don't do anything in person just because, although I'm accessible and I'm here a lot, I'm still a public figure. You know, what I mean by that is, I have 3 million supporters online. And I say that humbly. But what happens with that is, when you're in certain areas, people will see that as a target. If I lived in Los Angeles, no big deal. If I lived in Atlanta, New York, probably no big deal. But because of the way social media is today, and everybody could be a social media, you know, celebrity, and because I'm on television and all of that, I don't do anything in person, just because I never know where a person's mind is at, you know, and how they see me. versus if I was not online and just like a counselor or a therapist, in my office and I'm marketing through the classifieds or something like that. Miss Tremel, God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Natasha, thank you. I see your question here. Let me see. Hi, Tony. I met a really great guy, but he's extremely fat. Okay, we could have said big. We could have said plus size, blessed by the Lord, heavy set. Don't know if I can deal with the physical attraction. Could I possibly miss my husband if I'm not allowing his character to be his currency? Uh, I don't think that's like a concession that you have to make. What you want to think about is, y'all could work out together. If he's a great person internally and you give it time, y'all could work out together. He may just need somebody to introduce. I'll be honest with you, coming from where I'm from, we were never taught in school what soda and sugar does to your body. Like in class, they never said, listen, if you drink a lot of sweet tea and lemonade, this is what it does when it goes in your body. If you eat a lot of fried chicken, this is what it does when it goes in your body. Honestly, I never learned that. And I realized I looked at my dad's side and everybody would die around 65 years old. And when I looked at their eating habits and their lifestyle, everybody was diabetic by like the age of 45, 50. And when I looked at it, I realized it just was a lack of knowledge. So sometimes people in that situation, just because they don't have the knowledge and they just eating what tastes good to them, they're eating what they used to, they're eating what their parents ate, they're just eating what comes from their culture, but don't understand what it does to the body. And so it's really soothing their issues and how people eat like that emotionally. So you may have to see if it's something like that. Now, if he big and nasty, and what I mean by that is nasty personality, he want to snap sometimes, he want to get hangry. You know how they say hungry and he want to get hangry all the time. Now, go on about your business. He got the nerve to catch an attitude. Go on about your business. But if he not where you want him to be physically, but he's a great person, great character, and is consistent, now, it thinks some could be worked out. Red Bone Africana, God bless you. God bless you. I sure appreciate you showing up and showing out. Now, don't be ask for no chargeback. Now, don't try to do no chargeback on your card. Now, should you trust a married man who says he's not happy, gets a divorce, then wants a relationship with you, but he tried to have a relationship with you before he filed? No, you can't trust him. No, you can't trust him. You can't trust him. Just point blank period, because he showed you who he is. So he showed you that if you and him don't work out, he gonna do you the same way. And so you gotta take people at face value. I can't let somebody come in my space who trying to sell me stolen merchandise and then trust them to be around my valuable items. So that's essentially what you would be doing. And what you got to realize is nothing special about you in his eyes. Now, hit me what I'm saying. You special in the sight of the Lord. The Lord love you. You God's child. But in his eyes, it's nothing special about you. In his eyes, you will be his rebound. You will be his band-aid. You will be his hold me down, his hold me over. That's what you will be. So that's what you got to understand. Hey, Redbone Africana, hey, God bless you. God bless you. You'll be surprised what I see out here. Caramel Kisses and drop my cash app in there. Hey, bless you, Caramel, for doing that. Because some of y'all, some people sent me $1. A lady sent me a check to my business mailing address the other day, sent me a check and said, bless you, Tony. That thing blessed me. I probably almost shed a tear. And for those of you who sent me a cash out for my birthday, just to say thank you, hey, I'll be honest with you. It get a little lonely out here on this here mission because you have so much attack. It's hard for me to even have guy friends because my message step on everybody's toes. My message step on my toes. So I could be just putting out a message and somebody that I was just talking to last week might get in their feelings because they thinking I was talking to them. And really, I just was talking to the culture. But with y'all showing that love and support, I'll be honest with you, it means more than you realize. Hey, Tony, so this man told me he didn't want a commitment. Been dating a few months. He wants to be available. He told you he didn't want a commitment. Been dating a few months. He wants to be available. So I cut him off, no contact. 2 days later, saying he wants me. He doesn't want anyone else. Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, what do you really want? Do you want to be with him? You know, that's like being on somebody's job and they ain't paying you and you didn't put in all this work, and then when you finally leave, they say, oh, hey, come on, we'll put you on salary now. But then what if you come back and they put you on salary and they stop paying you again in a month or 2 months? And now you done turned down other job opportunities. You know, you got to look at it like that. I don't think you should have to leave a man for him to then say, I want you. If he told you while you've been there for a few months, he don't want you. You know, that doesn't sound, that's, a man won't do that. And let me help y'all understand something real quick. Let me help y'all. Now hold your question real quick. Hold your question. Let me help you understand something. Anything a man want in his life, he gonna go after it. You see Jeff Bezos a billionaire? LaCarmen, God bless you. Hold your question. I hope it don't disappear. You see Bill Gates a billionaire. You see Jay-Z, Michael Jordan. Anything a man want in his life, he gonna set his mind to it and he gonna go after it. He gonna do what he have to do. Even more so when it comes to a woman. If you ever meet a man, ever in your life meet a man who tells you he doesn't want a commitment, that's not your husband. If he tells you he doesn't want to be in a relationship, that's not your husband. If he tells you that he's not sure about you, that's not your husband. Because a man will never see something or somebody that he wants and say he doesn't want that. That's like him walking up to $1 billion and saying, "Oh, I'm not in the money. I don't want no billion. I don't want a billion. Keep that billion." You're not gonna do that. That's like a man walking up to his favorite car. Oh no, I ain't never wanted a Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce? I don't want no Rolls Royce. He's never gonna do that. So a man is never going to walk up to a woman that he sees could be his wife and say, I don't want it, I don't want a relationship. When a man tell you that, it's because he's not sure about you. For one, he don't like what he looking at. LaCarmen done got on in here now. God bless you for your blessing. Is it a red flag? God says love you in 2 weeks. Yes, it's a red flag. That's a red flag. That was my thing, what I used to do. Just meet you. Don't even know your middle name. Talking about I love you. And the reason why men do that is because men know that there's so many women that's desperate for love. And even though he knows that you know he might be joking or lying, he just know the fact that he said that it's gonna do something to you. I used to do that all the time. Meet a woman in 2 weeks, I love you. I love getting off the phone, I love you. And the woman like, but that's how you get them. You know, that's a game. You got to, when a man's serious about a woman and he sees that she is a real woman in his eyes, meaning that a real potential wife, he's not gonna throw out that I love you. I didn't throw that out there with my wife because you know she gonna be able to tell that you full of it. You throw that out there when you just playing around and you don't care if a woman gonna catch the red flag or not. So when a guy says that, he got issues. You got to pull back. Now I'm looking for y'all questions. Now if y'all put them red signs, I see you right here. Cool Raps. YKTV, I see your question right here. Let me see if my ex started dating 2 months after us breaking up, but still contacts me. We were together for 2 years. Now, I don't know if it's a man or a woman asking me this question, because I can't really see the picture on there. And I don't want to come too close to the camera. I don't want y'all looking at all my flaws in my face. I tell you what, if your ex started dating 2 months after y'all broke up, that's typical, to be honest with you. That's typical. And then still contacting you, what it means is that your ex has a soul tie, but is not really into the new relationship and ain't really into you. You gotta close the door. It's the soul tie that's really holding your ex. Your ex don't want you because he or she let y'all break up. But your ex got a soul tie and want you to be stuck thinking about him or her, but yet still trying to move on. That's like trying to have your cake and eat it too, as we always hear. Tricia. Now, your daddy name Cedric. Is your daddy name Cedric? Cause he hit you with a name now. That's a blessed, unique name there. Tricia. And then forgive me if I'm saying it wrong now. So Tony, will it be okay to date other races with 2 African American boys? And he has none. Let me answer this. Let me read this again. Will it be okay to date other races with 2 African American boys and he has none? Okay. Date another race. Debbie, God bless you. God bless you. In the middle of what we got going on right here, you showed up and showed out. Lord, pour out. Will it be okay to date other races? Now, I tell you what now. What you gonna have to get, and this is what I want you to understand. Shaquita, God bless you. I feel like you done been in here before sending me a blessing. The Lord must have poured out in your life. Lord, pour out in our life again. God bless you. Thank you for the knowledge. Hello to the Gaskins family and the blessed tribe. Be blessed. God bless you. Let me make sure. Now I tell you what. When you dating outside your race, what you got to realize is you got to take your time, because you want to make sure that this is legit, that is real. Now, me being a relationship coach and me also having experience with dating outside of my race, for some people, it's an experiment. It's just like trying the 31 flavors at Baskin Robbins. For some people, it's an experiment. For some people, it's a bucket list item. So what you got to realize, when you are a black woman, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Men like variety. Men like the taste of rainbow, like Skittles. So you another color in the Skittles pack. And so you got to make sure that if you dating outside your race, that this man have experience with your race, that he grew up around your race, that he went to school with your race, that he truly has an appreciation for your race, an understanding of your race, because you'll end up being a test dummy. You'll end up being barbershop talk, meaning he touch you just to report back to his boys to say, yeah, man, hey, woo, had me, hey, I saw that Alexis Ohanian touch that Serena Williams, and I said, man, I might have something there. Woo, I want me a piece of that blackberry pie. And man, when I tell you, woo, it was amazing. So you have to be real careful. Whatever race he might be now, that voice ain't no certain race, okay? He could be anything. Yellow, pink, or purple. Naima, God bless you. God bless you. Pour out in her life, Lord. Lord must have poured out in Shakita's life, because I feel like I've seen Shakita send me a blessing before. Now, so understand that, because to be honest with you, that's why when I coach women outside of my race who were a part of the race that I dabbled into some years ago, I tell them, I say, listen, be very careful. I say, go on about your business now. I say, go on about your business. I say, because you was of that race and you hired me because I'm of this race, and now you dealing with men who are of my race. I'm going to tell you the truth. you're going to have more headaches than you're going to have laughter and joy. Because when men date outside their race, it's a lot of times it's situations and issues and stuff that's going on. It's a reason why. Because I see a lot of women now talking about dating outside of their race because of frustration. That ain't the right reason to date outside your race. Oh, I'm sick and tired of these no good Negroes. These Negroes don't know how to act. If they ain't got no mama, you know what? I'm finna get me a white man. I'm finna get me a Asian man. And a lot of women that keep on putting in my comments, Tony, you need to tell these black women that they need to date outside of their race. And I'm like, why would I tell somebody to do that? Like, that's the wrong reason just to be going out here looking for somebody of the other race because you disgusted and mad with your own. Like, let that happen organically. If you meet somebody of another race and it hit off, it worked, okay, great. But if you went out looking for somebody because of that reason, you going about it all wrong, and it's gonna blow up in your face. Trust me when I tell you, because guess what? When it comes to a man, watch these movies. You seen the movie Enough? And it's another movie I just watched. Men of all races could be a mess. Men of all races and nationalities could be a hot mess. Trust me when I tell you. Now let me see. Okay. Yamil, God bless you. Caridad Dominguez, God bless you. Tony, what to do with name change divorces final in April? Officials' credentials expire in 3 years. Just pay for name change. Is there a tie in last name other than soul ties? Okay. Now, I doubt name change will cost that much now. The most I done heard it cost is $500, maybe $50 in some places. But yeah, change your name. Because I'll tell you this. If you want to move on with your life, if you want to have another relationship, don't no man want a woman who got her ex-husband last name. And that's what a lot of women don't understand. Talking about, I don't want to have to change my license, my driver's license. I don't want to have to change my insurance card, my this and that. Man, change that stuff. That take 1 day. Go on, do what you got to do. Take your day off work. You got some time right now with this here going on, and change your name so that you open and free. So when your real husband come in, he see that you completely broke all ties, you completely healed, and you ready for love. Jay Renee, God bless you. God bless you for your blessing. Pour out in their life, Lord. Got back with my ex-husband, lasted 3 months. Take a note now, everybody listening, take a note. Got back with my ex-husband, lasted 3 months. Broke up with me for asking about texts he receives from his ex-girlfriends. Said he's not responding to them and nothing's going on, and I should trust him. Thank you for sharing that. You did the right thing. Because especially in marriage, because in marriage, there is no privacy. My wife could come in here and get my phone right now and say, hold on, I need to see your phone. There is no privacy in marriage. Ain't all of that. Okay, because you won. And it should not be any privacy in marriage, because if something happened to somebody in marriage, you need to be able to get to their phone, boom, 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 put in the code, and be able to call whoever you need to call. Reach out to whoever you need to reach out to. It might be somebody you need to call, ask a question, let them know something. If you want to plan a surprise birthday party, you need to have the code so you could go in and text all of their friends, hey, having a surprise party, whatever, or get all their contacts so you could text them from your phone. That's why there's no privacy in marriage. Wendy, 44, God bless you. Thank you. Bless the Lord. I love your unfiltered truth. Thank you for putting forth so much energy to help us in all areas. Hey, God bless you. You know what? Energy, I put out the energy and y'all bless me. So it keep me going. If I was just pouring into just emptiness, but you see how you just bless me with that blessing, that right there, that say something to me. It's reciprocation. It say that you appreciate what I'm doing. So that's why I've been showing up on YouTube too, because I got a group here that appreciate the work. Whereas on Instagram, you don't know what people doing. You don't know how they feel about you. Question: how to deal with a man and their toxic ways? Don't deal with them. Don't deal with them. I don't deal with toxicity, and I don't recommend dealing with it. So if a person gonna be in your life, they're gonna have to clean all that up, because toxins will kill you. So you can't deal with something that's gonna be all draining and breaking you down, wearing you down. The answer to that is don't deal with it. Boyfriend incarcerated and broke up after getting new knowledge. Thanks, by the way. Still calls because we have a daughter and says he changed and doesn't want to lose me. Together 4 years. Seems to be maturing. Jail 14 months. I mean, coming from where I'm coming from, I'll be honest with you. I hate to say it. I don't trust nothing a man say behind bars. A man got to be in this free world for me to listen to him. Everything a man say to me from behind bars, I got to take it with a grain of salt, because that's a whole nother element in there. When you in there and all you got is time to think and to write and send a letter every day and all of that, I can't. I got too many people locked down. I don't even talk to me when you get out here. And I done had too many family members dating men who locked down, and they believe in one thing. They doing all this. They got all this here going on. And the woman in love, she wasting all this gas money. I've seen women wasting all this gas money, going to the visitation every week, wasting all this money on new outfits to go to the jailhouse. And then the man get out and treat him like Casper the Ghost. Treat him like he ain't know she exists. And so because of that right there, I don't believe nothing a man got to say behind them bars. Let him get out here in this free world, then see what he does with the energy out here in this free world. Question: I asked my guy to call me tonight because for some reason I want to hear him say it's over and that he wants to move on. Dated 10 months and after no, and he shifted. Never broke up with me directly. Advice: you got to give yourself closure. Kai, you got to give yourself closure. A man, on average, a man will never give you closure, because closure means, you know, like, them certain doors that when you walk out of, like the airport, and you walk out that door that you push open and it closed behind you, so you can't enter back in there. You got to go in the right way, another way to go back through the security check. That's what a man giving you closure looks like. A man don't give you closure because he want to be able to distance himself, shift his energy, get a little distance, get you to get the picture, you get a little distance. But then when his situation that he's pursuing doesn't work out, he could just come back. He could just pop back in your life. And it's really because he knows that if he gives you closure, you could close the door and lock it, change the locks. Hey, I see y'all talking about my shirt, caveats and nuances. Now y'all know I be hitting y'all with the vocabulary words on here. So these here caveats and nuances. The shirt is up under my videos. So you watch my video up under, you'll see a couple little shirts I got through on Teespring. Some of y'all already got this shirt, and I made it as cheap as I could possibly make it, which is like $14.99, because Teespring take all the money. So I just made it dirt cheap. Love you. That's my 6-year-old. He came and blew me a kiss. I don't know who taught him how to blow a kiss. I ain't with the blowing a kiss. See, you'll do some stuff for your son that you don't do. I don't blow kisses now. Been working out for a month. with a guy I'm interested in. I asked what type of student was he, and he said he had anger issues. He's 34 now with no background. Is this a red flag? Now, I ain't never heard nobody ask what kind of student they was, but the fact that he told you that, to be honest with you, he didn't have to tell you that. He could have left that with the Lord. So me personally, sometimes I believe people tell you stuff about themselves just so that you know where they at and where they operate from. So it's kind of like a little like, hey, I got anger issue. So make me mad and I'm gonna act a donkey. Me personally, I don't deal with those kind of people. I don't deal with those kind of people because I'm the same way. I let people I'm doing business with in a real way, I let them know. Like, listen, with me, ain't no going to court. We do something different with people who mess with your money. And I just look at them just like that right there, just to let them know, like, listen, I love the Lord, but you mess with my money, you're going to meet him before I do. And so when a man tell you he used to have anger issues, listen, okay. Just take your time with him. Just take your time with him, and you got to watch him. And the key, that's why I tell y'all to date for at least, that's why I had to date for at least 12 months. I tell y'all to date for at least 12 months so that you could see the ups and downs. You could see a person in all their different elements. Jayla, God bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Y'all doing good in the middle of the situation we in. Lord showing out in y'all life. Lord, show up and show out. Starting over with ex who wanted to continue being with me. I'm taking steps of allowing him to court me and date me over the right way. Is that a good chance a relationship could work? Well, I'll tell you what you need to do. Y'all gonna have to get new knowledge, because now he knows what to do, but you're gonna have to get new knowledge. So this is what I recommend. Get you some books, find some good relationship books. Make It Work is one of my books. The 5 Love Languages, Dr. Gary Chapman. Just a couple books. You can start small and you read a chapter a week and then y'all discuss it. Make sure he's getting new knowledge so that he's becoming a new person and not just playing a role. Like, yes, men know some of what to do, but you need to know that he really has changed, that he really is growing. I had to get new knowledge to become the man that I am. So I stopped listening to trash music and I would listen to podcasts and audiobooks for 8 to 10 hours a day. Literally 8 to 10 hours a day. And that's what helped me renew my mind and my spirit. Wise woman 10, God bless you. I almost missed you, but I caught you. Thank you. Bless you for that blessing. Let me make sure now. Got Jayla. Now I see somebody else popped in here. Salam. God bless you. Halimariam. That's a blessed name there now. That name sound like it's blessed. How do you know that a marriage is over? Have 3 kids. When should I go to the courthouse and file? When the person you're with is not making forward progress, when the person you're with is not trying to grow, they're not trying to do couples therapy, couples coaching. He's not trying to do personal coaching. He's not open to reading books. He's not open to sitting down and having heart-to-heart conversations, real conversations. Then that's when you know that it's at the end of the rope. That's when you know. And so you have to understand that. Somebody just said, Shauna just said, you asking is spilling out of you. And that really is your answer too. You know, when you have to ask, is your marriage over? 9 out of 10 times it is. But it's okay for you to give one last ditch effort. And what I mean by that is for you to become love and for you to operate with love. You know, it's a movie. Can't remember the name of it. Maybe it's called Fireproof. It's a low budget Christian movie. And they have in there like the love dare or something, and it's like 40 days of love. And I've done that before with my wife. And it's where you just loving, you loving, 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 and you're not complaining, but you showing love. And to see if your partner, if you can heal his heart and wash him with love. And because this your husband who you made a vow to. Now you don't do this with no boyfriend. You don't do this with a boyfriend. But for marriage, it's worth it. And it's just a sacrificial love to where you cooking his favorite meals, you speaking life to him, you writing little love notes, you're not blaming him, you're not arguing, you're not complaining, and you give it 40 days. And if the Lord called you to 20, if the Lord called you to 40, if the Lord called you to 60, and then once you come through there, if that don't start to change him, if that don't start to renew his heart with a real love, and he sees you for who you are, then that's when you know you've done what you can do. Sunshine Goddess, God bless you. Sunshine Goddess got a whole name on her now. What does it mean if your partner doesn't compliment you? Exactly. Tells you you're beautiful slash sexually slash example. Okay. Tells you you're beautiful slash sexy. If you can't express yourself in a relationship. Okay. So y'all ain't went there yet. It don't that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything because if y'all ain't even went there yet, and you saying if you can't express yourself in a relationship, you can express yourself with your mouth. Now you don't have to get on your back to express yourself. You can express yourself with your mouth. You can write your letter. Hallmark cards in business. Now it's a plenty of ways to express yourself without getting on your back. Okay, and to be honest with you, that's if he wants to get you on your back, he need to be calling you beautiful and all of that. Now I tell you like this right here. There's two reasons why a man don't give a woman compliments. One is because he don't feel that way about you, and two is because he doesn't want to put you on a pedestal so that you looking down on him. So that's really the two main reasons. So understand that right there first and foremost now. And at the same time, don't worry about compliments. You got to know who you are. You got to know you beautiful. Don't live for somebody else compliment. My wife don't always compliment me. She'll give me compliments now, but not all the time, not every day or even every other day. But I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. So that's where your self-love kicks in. Don't wait on validation and approval of somebody else because you'll always be in that space and nobody can ever make you feel worthy and fully approved. Met a guy, talked for hours and FaceTime and getting to know each other. Met in person but got into an argument over something stupid. Should let it go or continue with it. Red flag. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. Take on up out of there. Get on up out of there. That's a red flag. Now that's one of my biggest situations. What I used to always do with every woman I met, I'll take on a 2-hour drive, 1 hour to my hometown, an hour back to see her spirit, to see her temperament, to see what type of emotional intelligence she has. And I'll be honest with you, it was a young lady I met right before my wife who she loved to debate. She loved to debate about everything. She had the spirit of beg to differ, as I call it. And she always wanted to beg to differ. And we didn't even know each other. The first time really spending some time together, and she wanted to debate by everything I said. And I'm like, no, this gonna be a headache. Because see, when you have some wisdom and you have some maturity, you understand that you don't have to address every little nuance that you don't agree with. You don't have to address everything because it's not a kingdom issue. So if a person feels a certain way, you could see their viewpoint and say, oh, okay, all right, that's deep. I like that. Okay, yeah, I never heard it like that. But hey, thank you for sharing that. And you could keep it moving. But when somebody want to argue all that, what we call it, my homeboy call it arg. Somebody want to argue all the time. No, but when I met my wife, we talked 6 hours. It was not one debate, dispute, argument, disagreement. I'm pretty sure it was things we saw differently, but it wasn't a kingdom issue. So she didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it up because we had that level of maturity. So I said, okay, this right here, this woman I can marry. And even to this day, 13 years, this month make 13 years of marriage. I married her when I was 23 and 22 days old. And still to this day, we don't argue. You know, we see things differently, you know, a lot of stuff, but it just ain't worth it. It's not an argument. And so what I saw in the beginning turned out to be right. Tony, how do you handle conflict resolution? I always hear you shouldn't go to bed angry. You handle it by addressing the issue, you know, bringing it up, addressing the issue, and admitting that you're wrong, putting the shoe on the other foot, seeking to understand, then be understood, and you address it. You bring it up in a time of peace. Now you don't handle it conflict resolution in the middle of an argument where things yelling and screaming, stuff getting ready to start flying. That ain't when you address it. You do your cool down technique. You take your cool down, you gather yourself, you get your little space about you, get your mind, and then you bring it up. And you understand, and your partner understands that this got to be talked about, and we got to come to terms on this. And if it's truly love, y'all can see the situation from each other's viewpoint. Both of you will take and put the shoe on the other foot. So I make a habit of it. You know, my wife and I, we have a disagreement. We talk about it. It's been times in our marriage that we didn't talk till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And to where we get sick on the stomach because we done stayed up so late. But we don't believe in going to bed mad. And it's a lot of time, majority of the time, it's me having to apologize. And then some of the time, it's her having to apologize, you know, just about whatever. And you know, one time, example, we was at a baseball game and I went to say something to my wife and she was telling me something. My son missed the ground ball and I was like, gotta teach him that. And I just said, you know, gotta teach him that. What I meant was we gotta teach him that. Or I kind of meant, yeah, you gotta teach him that. I ain't say you gotta teach him that, but she worked with him a lot in his catching and stuff. And she was like, you teach him that. And she just was like, joking, like, but she said it loud, and the woman over here looked, the woman over there looked, and it made it look like the tone was like, if you was reading into it, it's like you a sorry daddy, you need to teach him how to catch the ball. And that thing right there, I don't play by that. I don't play by disrespect. I don't play by nothing in public. Don't show you behind in public. You got to realize somebody always watching. So I had to talk to her about that. Same thing happened with me and her one time where I gave her a suggestion in front of everybody and it kind of embarrassed her. And so she had to talk to me about that. So sometimes both of us will make a mistake and we had to talk about it, hash it out. She said, you know what? I apologize that if that made you feel like I disrespected you. It was just in the moment. I ain't mean anything by it. You know, I just was saying, like, we just was talking and we'll work through it. So even the small situations that could become a deal breaker in your mind, you got to address it. Treasure, God bless you. God bothered I never text him first. Should I start? Estella, God bless you. Thank you for your blessing. What you got to realize, I call this a 3-to-1 ratio. I talk about the 3-to-1 ratio a lot where I'm saying, not to be exact, but what I'm saying is there has to be some reciprocation. So if he texts you first Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you could text him first on Thursday. Now you don't have to make it an exact science, but yes, you do have to reciprocate some for a man so that he knows that you're interested in him too. Hey, Debbie Care, God bless you again. They still got your blessing up there. So they really saying, hey, Tony, make sure you see her blessing now. Make sure, God bless you, Debbie. So yes, reciprocate, but it shouldn't be 1-to-1. It can be. It's not the end of the world if it is, because a man is wired to pursue. A man is wired. That's why women make such a big deal about the good morning beautiful, you know, and the hello beautiful text messages all the time. Fashion forward, I see your question. God bless you. I've watched your video. Can men and women be friends? Do you think that my male friend could be the one? isn't friendship important to the foundation of a relationship? That's a great question, and yes, it is important to the foundation of a relationship, but you got to realize something now, because it's caveats and nuances to that situation. Because what you have to understand is when y'all come in as just friends, you compartmentalize. So you see him as a friend, he sees you as a friend. So y'all are platonic friends. It's hard to go from a platonic friendship to a romantic relationship. It's different when you come in and you see each other as a potential love interest, but you build a friendship as the foundation to your love interest. Hopefully that makes sense to you. That's totally different. So friendship is a firm foundation for a relationship, but when you come in, the intention should be to be a couple. And then you build friendship, getting to know each other. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Where you grew up? Tell me about your parents. All of this. But when you come in and we besties and we bro and sis, and then you try to go from bro and sis to husband and wife, that's when things get a little tricky. And that's those right there, I never see those work out. From platonic friendship to romantic relationship, I never see those work out. I'm sure there are some, but it's not enough for me to condone it or recommend it, because I do this every day and been doing it every day for the last 12, 13 years. So I just have never heard a situation on any coaching call, any email that say we were best friends as platonic friends and now we are happily in love and been married 10, 20, 30 years. I always hear the opposite. We were best friends, platonic friendship, decided to give it a try because we both saw each other go through bad relationships. We gave it a try, and now we literally at each other's throat and we hate each other and we need coaching. That's what always come my way. Do men always know right away if you're the one, or do they realize it later? Do men think you're the one, then change their mind? It's yes and no to both of those questions. So you got to realize not every man is marriage minded. So a marriage minded man who is looking for his wife actively can know you're the one from early on. Like the first real conversation, he can have an idea. He can say to himself, if she is who she just showed me she was, I can marry this woman. Now, yes, a man can think you're the one and then change his mind, because I remember dating, and I had a girlfriend in the past that didn't take her makeup off. And it's like, now hold on now. Okay, you gonna have to take that makeup off if we trying to go long term. But the whole time that I dated her, never seen her without a makeup. And so I'm like, now if you mess around and go from Janet Jackson to Freddie Jackson, I'm gonna be real upset. And so I'm gonna need to see you without that makeup. And it just never happened. So of course I can say, oh, good person, good heart, but I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know who I got here. If this Freddie or Janet. And so I'm gonna need a little more than that. The other thing is, a man can't change his mind once you get comfortable. And if you get comfortable and start showing your true colors, Lee, God bless you, before he falls in love, he could change his mind. Now, see, when a man falls in love, he give you more grace, give you more room. But if he hasn't fallen in love, and then next thing you know, you picking boogers in public, you burping, passing gas, you leaving your monthly floating in the toilet stool, or you didn't wrap it all the way up in the tissue and you got it thrown on the top of the trash can. And it's 6 months in, 8 months in, and he like, whoa, this woman out the barn house. I thought I had something classy. This woman out the barn house. I'm about to get on up out of here. So yes, a man definitely can think you the one and then change his mind. So that's why you got to know who you are and be who you are. I'm gonna tell you, 13 years of marriage, my wife ain't never publicly passed no gas around me. That's just her personal. That's just her personal thing. I never said you can't pass no gas around me, but she just is the type. She believed that's inappropriate, disrespectful, what have you. So in 13 years of marriage, she never publicly, on purpose, passed no gas around me. So, and I thank God for it. I'm not begging for her to be passing no gas. I don't want to be smelling no gas if that's not in her, DNA. So Lord, thank you. Lord, thank you. Now, if she set me up like that and then out of nowhere, brrr, brrr, I would have had a lot of issues. It would affect me. Certified life coach on my mentor.life. The next 3 ladies to book a session on the site, I will refund the cost back to you. Look at that, Joanne. Joanne came in here with a marketing. Come in here, marketing. Now y'all go book Joanne. 3 ladies. Now don't ask for no refund if you lady number 4. If you lady number 4, you lady number 5. So look, don't book Joanne unless you willing to pay for it. Cause you probably ain't gonna be in that first 3 now unless you on my mentor.life right now. But Joanne, glad to see you done jumped on out there. And Joanne got certified in my program. And now she on my mentor.life, book session with her. Hopefully she at $25 an hour. Joanne, start out at 25 now. Don't be on that 250 with me. Sharon Savage, God bless you. God bless you. Got that last name? That's your government name? Savage. God bless you. Canadian. $13.99. Bless you, sister. I have 2 children and want to know when is the best time to introduce a new relationship to the mix. They are grown adults, boys. It's been years since I have dated. Hold on. Okay. You don't have 2 children. You got 2 adult sons. That's totally different. That's totally different. That's totally different. You could tell them on the first date. You could tell them about every first date. You could give them his name, his driver license, tag number. You can tell them about every they grown, so they're not gonna be on an emotional roller coaster with you. They're gonna and in fact, because they grown, they could put that there on them, and so they may want to know who you going out with, mama, who you talking to. So it's perfect timing. Being that they are adults, it's perfect timing to introduce a relationship. And as long as you not on your bike, stay off your bike, keep your legs closed, and you'll be all right. Is it possible to trust a man again once he has broken your trust? Or should I just move on? It's possible. It's possible to trust again, but it's a choice. See, trust is a choice. Because it's people who have not broken trust and people don't trust. Don't trust them. So trust is based on your experiences and your life and what you've seen over time. And trust is a choice. But understand this, if you don't have trust, you don't have a relationship. So you have to be able to trust. It is possible. It is possible. I broke my wife trust in early on in our dating years. We didn't date that long, but she saw a Facebook message, that was flirting or what have you, and you lose trust. But then she made a decision. I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna trust him, and I turned into the man that I am today. But you have to see that he's working and he's doing right. I'm working on the 3 B's. Well, I should say on the 2 B's, brain and brain. Brand and brain. I'm having health issues right now. Can't really work on the body the way I want to do. You have to do all 3 B's at the same time. No, and that you don't got to do all 3 B's. You can't do all 3 at the same time anyway. You only can do one at a time. You can't. If you focus on everything, then you focusing on nothing. So like Bruce Lee said, if you emphasize everything, you emphasize nothing. I think that's what Bruce Lee said. I'm putting words in Bruce's mouth. But you focus on one at a time. That way you really can do it. And the body don't mean just working out. You know, you going through health issues. That means just eating right. That means eating right. That means sleeping right. That's the body too. The body don't make the body just superficial about working out and losing weight or gaining weight or what have you. Hold on, much too lovely. I see your question, but Jay Rossi done popped in here. Hello, Mr. Gaskins. I'm the college guy. You help a stream back, dropping in to say thank you. Maybe you meant a while back. Dropping in. Oh, a stream back. Maybe you meant a live stream back to say thank you and hope all is well with you and your family. Hey, God bless you. Thank you for popping in and showing that love. Pop in to bless me like that. I really appreciate that. Veronica M, God bless you. If I missed some of y'all who put the stickers in there, y'all got to forgive me because the sticker go in the chat and the chat going crazy. And then it's another one that it goes up at the top. So I almost miss you, Lee. But I see you here. I'm pregnant. My boyfriend has cheated 4 times. Should I stay? God bless you, Lee. God bless you. I think you might be new to me. I think you might be new to me. You new to me. God bless you. You should have been gone yesterday. You hear me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm telling you what. Get you the best child support lawyer. You hear me? And you finna get on that put them on that child support. A lot of people don't go to the courthouse. Don't bring in the court. No, hit them hard as you can in that child support. You hear me? Because he want to do you like that and you carrying the seed. No, you got to go because you're going to be better off by yourself. With a man like that, that man will drive you crazy. And you have him paying that monthly. That way, if he don't pay, license suspended. Don't pay, jailhouse. You want to be irresponsible? You want to be a grown boy out here sleeping around, messing around, cheating around, don't want to own up to what you got going on? No sirree, Bob. Debbie, I'm dating this guy, but notice he had a very small package. Other than that, he is great. I'm also keeping my legs closed. Do you think this would be a major issue long term, say marriage? Okay, now I'm wondering how you notice he had a Lil Johnson and you keeping your legs closed now because is you done open something else? Now, however you find out, I ain't gonna judge you. I'm not gonna judge you. But I was watching on the plane, Dr. Ruth, and she said that does not matter. That's what she said. Now, I'm not a woman, I can't tell you. But she said that don't matter because of where stuff's situated. You really don't need about an inch and a half. That's what she said. Okay. So, but I can't tell you because I'm not a woman. So it's really up to you. And you know, somebody say, or gray sweatpants. You know, things grow in the heat of the moment. Okay, so what you might see on a sweatpant might be a whole nother story. You know, because the way a man body built on the heat of the moment. Tanya, God bless you. So, yeah, that's a personal choice. To be honest with you, you're going to have to ask a woman who's had to deal with Lil Jimmy and Lil Johnny, Lil Johnson, and they'll let you know. But I not know nothing about that. I ain't never been on the receiving end. God bless you. So I got to ask one of these ladies on YouTube. Let me get Old Murder. Old Murder, God bless you. Is it mentally healthy to stay celibate longer than 2 years and not want to interact with men on a personal level? Now, yes, it is mentally healthy because that act does not increase your mental health. Now they got all these science and all of this that say it help you with migraines and it help you with stress and it help you with all of that. But that ain't why it was created. It was created to reproduce. So understand this: you can do a whole lot with a man that gonna release the same chemicals from your brain. It just dopamine and serotonin. So you can go on an amazing date. Like, to be honest with you, like, a lot of men will rather football players may get the same um football players may get the same release from their brain from a touchdown as they do from being in the bed. You know, basketball players hitting the shot or game winning shot. You know, entrepreneurs earning a certain amount of money may get the same feeling. So you could go on a good date, you could have a great conversation, get you a massage, you know, all this different stuff. And I done met women at my seminars that been 8 years, and they look like they're doing fine to me. They look like they're doing fine to me. I don't see anything wrong with them on the outset. Now I don't know on the inside, in the mind behind closed doors. But if the Lord say save yourself for marriage, I don't see why it'll be wrong. If men accuse you of cheating, does that mean he's cheating? Not necessarily, but it could be. But not necessarily. It's not 100%. Now what you could do is look a little closer to see if you can find anything. But hey, look here. We on this here lockdown. My wife done cooked me some old spaghetti. I got to get going. Cause it's late. Man, I'm trying to get me some Netflix and chill in. So we've been watching movies on this here. And I really, really appreciate y'all for your support. I may pop in tomorrow night as well. And try to do a Q&A. But me and my wife been watching us some Netflix and having us some little cheese board, you know. And she made me some spaghetti tonight, and she get that Cuban bread. And she get that Cuban bread and she take and cut it up and make her own little garlic to go on there. That thing have me where I need to be. So I may pop in tomorrow and try to do another Q&A because I miss some of y'all. I can't get to everybody. But God bless you. And for the Aspiring Life Coaches, we still in Atlanta, April 11th. Lord willing, we're a small group. It's going to be less than 25. So I'm not going to let it go beyond that. So we're going to have hand sanitizer in there. And to be honest with you, I probably going to have me some olive oil in there for you. Will not be shaking your hand. Can't hug you and take no picture either. But you're going to become a certified life coach. And that's on my website, TonyGaskins.com/events. Or you could take it online. If something happened with the whole situation and they have to postpone it, then I'll do it or I'll teach it online. And in the meantime, if you're not looking to become a coach, but you want to coach, then go to mymentor.life. This coach is on there doing amazing work, doing an amazing job. And I've been getting great feedback from the clients, from the coaches. So go to mymentor.life. God bless you. We'll talk soon.